Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Common English Mistakes. Don't just learn, improve. So today, as it's Halloween, I've got a phrasal verb which you can use to talk about Halloween and clothes that people mistakenly use in other situations. We'll look at what you should say instead, other verbs and phrasal verbs related to clothes, when you use the original mistaken phrasal verb, an important prepositional concept related to this, and finally, just some vocab and spelling mistakes people make when talking about clothes. As you can see, there's a lot to cover, so let's begin. So the mistake is up here. I had a shower, then I dressed up. So just pause the video, try to correct the sentence. And well done if you said, I had a shower and then I got dressed. Get dressed with no objects or clothes for when you put on clothes, usually at the beginning of the day. When you take off clothes at the end of the day, use get undressed. If you want more detail about put on and take off, I already did another video on phrasal verbs which covers this. The link for that will be available at the end of this video. The other main useful phrasal verb to know about clothes is try on, which means to put on, wear, or try clothes to see if they fit or look good, usually before you buy them. I always try on shoes. I generally don't try on t-shirts. If they don't fit, I take them back to the shop or send them back online. It's not as common, but we also have the verb dress, which sometimes causes confusion for students. So just pause the video, look at these sentences. He always dresses smartly. She dresses very well. And think, what do we use after the verb dress? And well done if you said that after the verb dress, we use an adverb. Usually dress well, to say somebody wears good clothes, dress smartly, suit and tie, dress casually, jeans and a t-shirt, or dress scruffily, like this guy. Can also put the adverb before with dressed to make an adjective phrase. She's very well dressed. He's always smartly dressed. This guy is scruffily dressed. So let's now look at dress up. Well, it's Halloween today, and a lot of people are going to dress up, especially kids. Dress up means to wear a costume. Dress up with no object. We are all dressing up tonight. Dress up for plus the event. Dress up for Halloween. Dress up for the party. And dress up as to say which person, character, or costume you're wearing. He dressed up as a vampire. And while we're here, let's look at the difference between verb plus as and verb plus like. Just pause the video and think, he dressed up as a vampire, he eats like a pig. Which one is saying something is similar and which one the same? And well done if you said verb plus as means the same. He dressed up as a vampire means he had the same appearance as a vampire. Whereas verb plus like means similar. He eats like a pig in a similar way to a pig. Another example, I work as a teacher. That's my job. She speaks like a native speaker in a similar way to a native speaker. Do watch out for that one because it often comes up and it's the same concept. But anyway, going back to the phrasal verb dress up, there is the meaning talking about costumes, but there is another meaning. Look at this sentence here. The last time I dressed up was for a wedding. Obviously, you didn't wear a costume to the wedding, so think about what the meaning might be here. And well done if you said that dress up here means to wear special, formal, or very nice clothes for an event or occasion. Again, use dress up for plus the occasion or event, and just use the verb wear to say which clothes. The last time I dressed up was for a wedding and I wore a suit. And similar to that, I often hear this rather funny mistake from students. And you can see why students make this mistake, because fancy means very elaborate, complicated, or decorative. For example, we had a fancy meal. She made a fancy cake. He's wearing a fancy suit. And she's wearing a fancy dress. You can even have a fancy wedding. However, fancy dress, uncountable, is the concept for when people wear costumes. So, for example, the party is fancy dress, so wear a costume. In fancy dress, the adjective or adverb phrase, everyone was in fancy dress at the party. I went to work in fancy dress for charity. Or you can talk about a fancy dress party. We're having a fancy dress party. Do you want to come? So going back to that original mistake, the student probably doesn't mean they went to the wedding in fancy dress, wearing a costume. They want to say they dressed up. And as we've done dress up, might as well do the opposite, which is dress down, meaning wear more casual clothes in a situation where people can or often do wear more formal, smart, or nicer clothes. For example, in my office, everyone is allowed to dress down on a Friday. Wear jeans and a t-shirt, more relaxed, casual clothes. And finally, with costume, be careful because students often get confused and make this spelling mistake. Not so much speaking, but saying costumers. A shop, cafe, has customers, people who buy things. Anyway, explanation over. If you've learned anything in the video, found it useful or interesting, do make sure to like and subscribe, maybe share the video with others. It would mean a lot if you could help this channel grow. But anyway, when you're ready, let's practice and improve. Just pause the video and put a word, phrasal verb, bit of language from today's lesson into these sentences. Remember, you might have to change the form of the verb. Past, verb ing, etc. And well done if you said, the best dressed person I know is my cousin. Best dressed, the superlative from well dressed. I usually get dressed in my bedroom, put on clothes at the beginning of the day. I always like to try on trousers before I buy them, so I don't buy them online because it's impossible. And then I dressed up as a superhero when I was younger, wore a costume. And then people often wear costumes for carnival, maybe a country like Brazil. And finally, I like to dress down if it's possible. So now just pause the video and write, say, or discuss the same sentences for you. And finally, today's question, going back to the original phrasal verb, when was the last time you dressed up, meaning wear a costume, and what did you dress up as? So write your answers in the comments, guys. Always good to practice the language. Anyway, that's basically it for today. One of you messaged me today on a video with some general questions they had. I'm always happy to respond, and it also gives me good ideas for future videos. So feel free to do so if you have anything you're not sure about. It doesn't have to be related to the video. Other than that, I'll see you for another video in the next couple of days. So until next time, see ya.